It's no secret that all of us get anxious before giving an interview. However, your confidence boosts up when you prepare for the interview well. Even the smartest job seeker needs to prepare well, so here we are to help you with that. Today, we bring you this interesting video on interview tips for the year 2021. Apart from your technical questions, many questions are asked which can make or break your future. These questions might seem easy, but they are not. And the answer to these can be tricky and do more harm than good. So the better prepared you are, the more successful your interview will be. This video will help you understand what an interviewer is looking for in your answers, teach you to answer interview questions, and convince the hiring manager that you are a good fit for the job. So first and foremost, before you step into the interview, make sure that you have carried out good research about the company. This will help you get an insight into what the company is all about and helps you answer better. Doing your research beforehand will also make a much better impression on the hiring manager. You can start by visiting the company's website. Have a look at their service, mission statement, and the company's culture. You can also glance through the company's social media accounts. Additionally, you could also use Google News to stay updated with the company's current situation. The next point is to keep in mind to ensure that your skills are aligned with the job description. It would be good if you understand what the employer is looking for. Think about examples from your work history and match them with the requirements. This will make it simpler for the employer to understand that you are a good fit for the applied job role. If in case you lack any of the required skills, you can mention that you are working on it, and in no time you will master it. On the day of the interview, make sure that you are dressed professionally. Be comfortable in your attire, and it is advised that you look at the company's dress code policies. You can also choose a professional outfit like business casual, formals, and a comfortable pair of formal footwear. You need to look presentable. Our next tip is to have good body language. Body language is also another way of communication. When you walk into the interview room, confidently greet with a firm handshake and eye contact. While you take a seat, keep in mind to sit up straight. You must have good posture and not slouch. Speaking of gestures, try not to touch your face too much. Avoid a tense impression with your hands and keep your hands on your lap or the table. Hands on the table and a gentle lean will emphasize that you are listening carefully. Your body language should be very respectful. Be aware of your movements and stay calm through the course of the interview. Now, let me brief you on answering a few of the most frequently questions in an interview. Number 1. Tell me about yourself. This question is asked to gauge your confidence and communication skills. Here, you can speak about education, experience, and hobbies. Make sure to have a concise answer and answer with enthusiasm. 2. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Through this answer, the interviewer wishes to see how positive you think about yourself and if you can identify your weaknesses. Speaking about your strengths, there's no right or wrong. It can be about your flexibility, your attention to detail, and so on. However, speaking about your weaknesses, you don't have to be hard on yourself. You can reply with an answer like, your attention to detail trait can sometimes be a disadvantage, and you tend to spend more time. This way, your weakness still has a positive side. 3. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? This question can be a little tricky. Through this question, the interviewer is analyzing your commitment to the company. An ideal answer to this would be to tell how you wish to be a significantly higher position in the future and learn new things. 4. Why should we hire you? When answering this question, do not speak about how good your academics are. Instead, speak about how eager you are to learn. And hence, the opportunity would be a good one to show your zeal. You can also touch upon a few qualities that they have that will be highly beneficial for this job. You can also list a few positive impacts you have made in the previous organization and how you can bring those here. 5. Finally, the interviewer might conclude by asking you if you have any questions for them. Always make sure to ask good and relevant questions. This displays the seriousness you have towards the job. Ask questions regarding opportunities for your professional development in the particular job role. It is important to know that this is for your personal growth. Based on this, you can decide if that particular job is a good choice for your career or not. These were a few of the commonly asked questions in an interview. Whenever you are asked a question, it is good to pause and think about it before responding. Make sure your answers are concise, to the point, and honest. If there comes a confusing question, do not hesitate to ask more clarification. Given the current scenario with the ongoing pandemic COVID-19, everything is digital. That applies to interviews as well. Many companies are currently taking virtual interviews for hiring purposes. A virtual interview takes place remotely over video conferences. In addition to the already discussed tips, let's have a look at a few more tips that can help you carry out your virtual interview smoothly. Firstly, have a good internet connection which can facilitate video conferences. It is advised that you are familiar with the platform on which that interview is carried out, like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, etc. By doing so, you won't have to be worried about the platform's technicalities on the day of the interview itself. Next, make sure that you are seated in a quiet place. Eliminate any potential interruptions on your end before the interview. Have a good set of microphones to have a clear audio quality. While talking, make sure to look into your computer's camera and not the screen. In case of any network issues and lags, make sure you politely ask the interviewer to repeat the question and politely repeat your answer if you are asked to. So that brings us to the end of this video on interview tips. I hope these tips are helpful to all you job seekers out there, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you for watching the video, and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.